When my mother got married, a little while later, Second World War broke out, and everything went poof, and we ran for our lives. Some years passed after being in refugee camps in Germany. In 1951, we came to the United States. Now, this is a whole half a world away and a completely different setting. We are immigrants. Money is non-existent. My father is sick, and my mother is the only one who works. She worked in a metal factory in Milwaukee. Hard work, but money was coming in. My brother worked for a little bit, said enough of that, enlisted in the American Army, and that was it. So Dad was in the hospital, I was too young, and Mother was the only supporting person. She got laid off. Tragedy. She found another job in a paper factory in Milwaukee. Got laid off. Double tragedy. But by that time, most of the Latvians who had come to Milwaukee, Chicago, and New York, they were rather well off. Because, you know, Latvians are very industrious people. As a matter of fact, we are a nation of workaholics. It is in our culture to work. If you don't produce, you're nothing. Americans don't like workaholics. To us, it's wonderful to be a workaholic. So they're workaholics, they work 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, they buy houses, cars, and they have money. But the one thing they don't have is the one thing that they crave the most, is anything Latvian. Because when you lose your country, you're out in exile, the thing you've lost becomes almost sacred. It's dear, it's wonderful. You make anything with a Latvian design on it, and it's, oh, how beautiful. Okay, so Mother started thinking, wait a minute. I have a knowledge. I can weave. I have a color sense. So she went to a shop in Wauwatosa near Milwaukee, and she rented a loom, a hand loom. And I remember the first weeks of wondering, is it going to fly? Are we going to make a few bucks off of this venture? And yes, she wove dresser scarves. Just plain, simple dresser scarves. And here is one of them. Not hers, this is mine by now. But dresser scarves with Latvian designs in them. And what do you know, it sold. It was a shop in Chicago that took her wares. And like a week later, there was a phone call, come on, give. So Mama never looked back. She never worked in another factory. She wove. She wove day and night, and things looked up pretty good. And I was about 14 at the time, and she said to me, you want to go to school? Sugar beets. You get into that loom during your free hours and you weave. You won't have to go work at whatever, Walmart or Walgreens, or Walmart wasn't there. Walgreens or some other shop somewhere, or a soda jerk. You weave. So I wove. It was, in the beginning, it was hard, and it was unbelievably boring, and I was 14, and I was hormonal, and why did she make me sit there, you know? You throw the shuttle back and forth like an idiot. What good is it? But, you know, the years went by, and we pulled ourselves up by our first shoestrings, so to speak, yes. And I began to pick up a sense of colors, and I began to take part in shows, and there grew a great love for Latvian weaving.